Your Royal Majesty, Omonobanedo Uku Akpolopolo, Ewa Obinigan II, CFR, Great Oba of Benin, in whom we are all pleased, humble, and well respected. Omonobanedo Akpolopolo, Nomomugu. Before your very reverend presence this afternoon, Your Royal Majesty, to pay a very well deserved call, courtesy, and royalty is no other by His Excellency, the Ambassador to Belgium, Mr. Peter Linknet, Oba Akpokpe.
Oba Akpokpe.
Your Royal Majesty, Onobanedo Uku Akpolopolo, Ewai no Gidigan, Ewai no Giver, Oba Noba no Give, Noba Ogudwabia Pamona, Oya Hawaii, Oba no Nagana Nepeliku, Oba no Asegwe Kerirati, Umobo Akpokpe. Your Royal Majesty, in the Palace of Great Benin Kingdom, where the king is truly king, is Mr. Peter Linknet, the Ambassador of Belgium to Nigeria. Your Royal Majesty, in his entourage, is the Executive Director of the Edo State Investment Promotion Office, Mr. Kelvin Uwaibi.
With your kind permission, Your Royal Majesty, please permit me to call Mr. Peter Linknet, the Ambassador of Belgium to Nigeria, to please address the throne. Oba Akpokpe.
Oba Akpokpe. Your Majesty, I bring first of all the greetings of Their Majesties King Philippe and Queen Mathilde, and of the people of the Kingdom of Belgium to you and the Kingdom. I have come to Benin City and Edo State with three particular purposes today. One of them was to visit the palm oil plantation of Presco. That is the palm oil plantation of Presco, which was a Belgian investment. It's what we could call a flower of agriculture that has grown and blossomed, and that will now pass in the hands of Nigerian ownership very soon, 2024, which also means that the Nigerian owner, through acquiring this group, will also acquire a company that is a plant company in Belgium itself. So this is also an interesting development in our bilateral relations of investment, that in the 21st century we see those investment movements going in both ways, from Europe to Africa, and from Africa to Europe. And with my own eyes I have been able to see that this plantation is really thriving, and we have the hope that it will continue to thrive. A second goal for this visit was a cause that I know is very close to your heart, Your Majesty. There is the fight against human trafficking and exploitation through migration. So we noticed that in Belgium we still face that many young women from Nigeria are still being exploited after they move to Belgium, and therefore we are planning to jointly set up with organizations also from here, and also with, in common cause with the authorities, a campaign to dissuade and warn people about the risks of getting entangled that is the second goal, and this is also why I brought a novel for you with the two hopes. First of all, that His Majesty is an avid novel reader, and secondly, that His Majesty would not have yet read this novel written by a Belgian-Nigerian author, Chika Onigwe, which describes, be it in a fictitious way, but describes the plight of some of these Nigerian women after they arrive in Belgium in the hands of human traffickers. And a third point for my visit today was to pass on the greetings of the management of the port of Antwerp, the biggest port in Belgium and one of the biggest ones still worldwide, which has port of Antwerp. Port of Antwerp, yes, which has a presence in the port of Lagos, also in the port of Onitsha, but it is also very eager to help in the development of the port of Coco, and notably not the port itself, but the technical infrastructure behind it. So to make the transport ways from there on and the modular transport work very well. And it is their high hope that they may also contribute in that development, as they are now also developing much expertise in ports, inland and maritime in Nigeria. So this is also a specific greeting that I bring to Your Majesty today. And last but not least, I would also like to ask His Majesty's blessing over our visit and over our kingdom in Belgium.
You're welcome. I want to welcome you on behalf of my distinguished chiefs here present and the members of the royal family here present. Thank you very much for your remarks. I am indeed very pleased that you have come to check on Presco. We are glad that Presco is entrenched in Nigeria since SEAT Group now, that is entrenched in Nigeria. The other thing you mentioned was human trafficking. Yes, it's true. But you know that human trafficking is going to be like, it seems like a situation that's going to be with mankind for a long time, as old as what they say, the oldest profession. But I think human trafficking, the problem with human trafficking is that it's illegal migration. It's tied with illegal migration. Because in some parts of Europe, prostitution is legalized. It's legalized. It is the illegal migration part of it that is the issue that is creating a lot of problems. If they have their documents, their papers, you will let them practice what they are there for. So it's illegal migration. You cannot really separate, the problem with illegal migration and what is causing on the economy of European countries. It's true, a lot of what we say in Nigeria, a lot of wahala for them. A lot of problems for them. It is true, at one time, they almost zeroed in on Benin. As you know, I was watching CNN, suddenly, bang, on the screen, Benin City, the hub of human trafficking. It was such an embarrassment, and it was, we had to work hard to turn it around. We had to work hard, take desperate measures that never taken before. Those native doctors that were encouraging, frightening the victims, we had to shut them down to ensure that the victims speak out for the NGOs that are fighting the human, and also the NAPTIP and IOM, so that they can do their work and make it easier for these European countries where they go to. millions of dollars could not solve. But with the help of our ancestors, God Almighty, we made a major contribution. We won't say that we solved it, but major contribution to turning it around, to taking the cameras of CNN out of Benin, away from Benin, that Benin is not the hub. But now NATRIP director came here and said, it's all over the country. The problem is now all over the country, not Benin as a. But you also know too that even in Eastern Europe, these European countries, you have problems there. And other countries in Europe, outside Europe, you have problems of human trafficking. It's not in Africa alone, not Nigeria alone. So we all have to team up, to work hard, to keep on fighting this unacceptable practice. I have a foundation which I would like your government, we are still working on making sure that the foundation is properly structured to assist European countries, non-European countries to fight human trafficking. I do hope that you enjoyed your stay here, and you are not going to wind up and go back soon, so that we can work closely with you on this. And I want to mention too that there has been, there's also another issue which I must bring to your attention, which is the Italian ambassador. I met with the Italian ambassador when I went to Abuja once. We have a strategic alliance with the Italian government now, although impromptu, off record, but I know maybe I'm not sure they will be aware, but the Italian ambassador, should you meet with him, tell him you came here. Tell him you came here, you met with me. He will tell you many things that we discussed. He will tell you, one of the things he will tell you is that the Italian government is now strategically allied to the Palace of Benin. On the matter of Benin bronzes and artifacts. He has spoken to me very, very decisively in clear terms that he would discuss with his colleagues. You are a member of the European Union, correct?
Absolutely.
So when you are meeting, you take this into consideration. But the rest of the details, I don't want to say it all out here, because there's no time. But when you meet with him, mention this to him. I wish to also present to you the Gazette, the Federal Government Gazette on ownership, custody, and management of Benin bronzes. I'm sure you've heard of Benin bronzes and the issues about Benin bronzes. It's all over the world. Present the NN. God bless. Wish you
Ọba n'ọdụmokwu eno mena konokuta yumo elele eno mukpolo kekwamira ọba n'osaya zihegbe ya kún wàtọ́pọ̀ ogun ọba jùlọpọ̀ wẹ́wí òtòló umogun ọ̀sà ọba nọ́nyà míyàn tẹ́lẹ́lẹ́ ọba nọ́nyà kẹnyẹ̀kẹba ọba nọ́nyà dá nàlẹ́bẹ̀ẹ́kùnà umogun àtọ́pẹ̀